you live like that, somebody gonna have to get up and hallucinate something you never did. I preached Michael Jackson's funeral. A well-known artist asked me when I was leaving in the parking lot of the cemetery, Rebel, if I go first, I want you to do a sermon like that just for me. I said, well, you're going to have to give me something to work with. We must take this as a personal challenge that we are going to do what we're supposed to do. It's easy to talk about what others didn't do. It's harder to talk about what you should do. I pray every day and ask God, why you put this on us? God finally answered me. He said, I was asking you the same question. Yeah. I gave y'all everything you wanted. And look at what you did with it. I gave you black women like Tanya to keep roles in the corporate world. Gave you women like Maxine Waters in the Congress. Gave you women in the U.S. Senate. Gave you a black woman on the Supreme Court. And y'all start cutting records, calling them hoes and bitches. What's wrong with y'all? Good. I remember when some of us came out, Mark, against the N-word. And we publicly said, quit calling us the N-word. Some of the rappers called me to a meeting at one of the white owners' house and said, you can't talk to us like that. I said, brothers, all I'm saying is we don't have to degrade ourselves, but we can say what we want. And one of them got up, nigga, had a nigga fit on me. I said, all right, we can just agree to disagree. About a year later, he got busted. I read the paper and got arrested. I read it, put it down. 2 days later, he called through the office. Want to talk to me. I won't say who put him through. I put him through. I said, hello. He said, Rebel. I said, yeah. He said, I need your help. I said, what happened? He said, I got busted. I said, yeah, I read about it in the paper. He said, they messed with me. I need your help. I said, what you need me to do? He said, well, they violated my civil rights. I said, niggas ain't got no civil rights.
Sir.
You are confined by how you are defined. And we must define ourselves to be bigger than we have been designated. Mrs. Coretta Scott King used to challenge us all the time. You cannot do big things if you're a small person. Some of us are too small for the bigness. We fall out about nothing. We get angry about nothing. We backstab. Some of us mad at each other, don't even remember why we mad. We're too small to fight the big fights. And that's why we love Tanya, because she's a big person doing a big thing.
Okay.
So our challenge is to be big enough for the hour, because this is a big fight. They're going to stack the Senate, stack the House, stack the Supreme Court, and the White House. But we're the children of people that took nothing and made something happen. We built this country.
Yes, sir.
And if we realize how big we are, we can take this country where nobody handed us this. Yeah. So are we forgetting who we are? Are we reduced to what they told us we are? Talking about what we can't do. No, it's what we must do. And if we do that, we'll be where we ought to be. And in that spirit, I tell people I spent 8 years fighting with a lot of folks over Barack Obama because he had a different role than us. And I told him, well, Obama need to come to us and do so-and-so. I said, no, we need to bring it to him. He's the president. And I said the same thing about Westmore. We need to be able to give people the freedom to govern while we hold them accountable. But you cannot ask them to lead the march on themselves.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Obama the president, they talk about how come he ain't out here at the march? Because we marching way in. When Ferguson happened, Michael Brown got killed by police. I went and met with the family, called me in, I did the funeral, met with the young activists in the street. They said, well, right now we need to get this cop done. I said, well, give us some of the evidence. Well, you know, we can't talk to the man. Can't snitch to the man. I said, have you seen the man lately? His name is Eric Holder. We are the man. That's what we fought to be.
Yes.
And don't let nobody make you smaller than that. So I would hope that we leave here from Essence knowing how big we are, do big things, be big enough to be above our pettiness and do what we need to do.
Right, sir.
In that spirit, I bring you our friend, our brother, the governor of the state of Maryland. Governor Harris. And Mrs. Moore, the First Lady.
God bless. Can we please give it up for Reverend Al Sharpton?
Yes, sir.
Who continues